everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Shannon Lee. Today I'm back with another episode of the Great British Bake Along Challenge. So we are down to the semifinals, and it is Patisserie week. For those of you who don't know what it is, it's basically just a form of French pastry, like a style of baking. Usually super refined, really refined and pretty looking. And yeah, so the first challenge, I can't remember exactly what it's called, but I'll put the word here. It was to make this type of cake. I think it's like saffron cake. And so a lot of the bakers on the show made like a baba rum cake. So I was able to find a vegan recipe online. There's not many vegan recipes for this type of cake. Basically, it's just like a little cake that looks kind of like a bundt cake, a little donut. And it is soaked in like a rum syrup mixture. So it like soaks all of that up, and then it's really simple, really pretty. So that's what we're gonna make today. I forgot to buy a dairy-free, vegan-friendly cream. So I may just like melt some like dark chocolate and do like a little like drizzle design or something just to make it look pretty with some powdered sugar. But yeah, we're gonna get started on that. Next week will be the last week of the Bake Along Challenge. So we're down to the finals, and if you guys have any other baking challenges that you guys think I should try, comment those down below. You can also DM me on Instagram at Simply Shannon Lee. Just let me know what your ideas are. I'd be happy to try them out. But once I finish this challenge, obviously we have the holidays coming up. I have Thanksgiving coming up this week, and then we have Christmas next month. So I've got some holiday videos that I want to get up soon for you guys. And I'm gonna be working on those through the holidays, but once the new year hits, let me know what you guys want to see. Let's get started on this recipe because I pretty much have everything in front of me. I've already prepped everything. So I put all of my dry ingredients in here. I actually have the recipe next to me. Again, it's linked down below. I put all the dry ingredients in here. So I am doing everything by weight today, not using any cup measurements unless I absolutely have to. So I have 100 grams of white rice flour, 50 grams of almond meal, 20 grams of potato starch, 20 grams, we're gonna do later, never mind, scratch that last part. And then I also have a quarter teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of xanthan gum, which is over there. And we're gonna get started on the dry ingredients, and then I think we slowly add in the wet. So I'm just gonna keep reading this recipe and get started on that. In the meantime, I've already preheated my oven to 350. And I actually have these really cute little like mini bundt cake molds, so that's what we're gonna use because I don't have any donut molds. I believe I left those at my parents' house before I moved, so we're just gonna use these in the meantime until I build up my baking stash even more, as if I really need that. So yeah, I have these, and I'm gonna be placing them on this baking sheet just because I have a feeling that they're gonna fall through or tip in the oven if I just put them right on the rack. So I'm just gonna put them on there. It may affect how it bakes, but I'll let that be a later problem because I really don't want to clean up a huge mess in this oven. It's such a pain. So I'm just mixing up all the dry ingredients. I've already measured everything out, and the recipe says to slowly start adding in some of the almond milk, and I believe that is something I need a cup measurement for, and it says to use a wooden spoon to mix that, so we're gonna grab all of that. We need 200 milliliters of almond milk, so I'm gonna shake that up and we're gonna measure that out. Okay, I'm just gonna weigh it again. And it says to slowly add that in until it's combined. Then we add in the coconut oil, then we add in the other 3 wet ingredients. Okay, so we're gonna do that. It smells interesting. And it looks really weird. It's still kind of goopy looking. I don't want to overbeat this, which I may have done already. So it says that I'm just going to pour this into my little donut containers. I need to fill them to the top, and it recommends using a piping bag. So I'm just gonna grab like a plastic bag real quick and we'll use that in place of a piping bag. So I'm actually just gonna put everything into the Ziploc bag and then I'll pipe it in that way because that should work, right? I'll be honest, I just tasted that batter. It's not great, but soaked with rum, I think it could be better. It looks like these are done. I just have to put them in the oven now at 350 for about 15 minutes until they have browned up. So let's do that. So while the cakes are baking, I am working on the stovetop. I added 2 cups of water and about 3/4 cup of coconut sugar. I'm pretty sure if you don't have coconut sugar, you could probably use something like brown sugar or even just like regular white sugar. But basically you're just trying to create like a syrupy consistency. And then, so we're just gonna let that come, I think, to a boil. We're gonna bring that liquid mixture over here to a boil and let it simmer for about 8 minutes, just so that the sugar gets fully dissolved. Once I remove it from the heat, I'm gonna add in some of the rum, and we need to add in about 1/2 cup of rum. So I'm gonna get that ready while that starts boiling. So my cakes have finally finished baking. They've been sitting out for a while. I also found some of this rum in our cabinets. I probably don't have the exact kind that I should be using for this recipe, but this is the only dark rum that we have right now. My mixture is about done. I just finished that up. I should probably turn this off actually. Okay, so we're gonna put this over here and I'm gonna pour in the rum to this mixture. Okay, so we're good. Stir this up a bit. Hopefully it thickens up a little bit. And I'm gonna grab the bundt cake thingies and I'm gonna put them on here and let them cool a little bit more. And once they're finally cool, I am going to grab like a tray or something and let them soak to hopefully soak up some of this syrup. Yeah, I'm gonna let these cool a little bit. I'm actually gonna go pop them in the fridge. Hopefully that'll help them. And then when they are finally cooled down enough, I'm gonna put them in this bowl with some of the syrup once the syrup cools down a little bit too. And we're just gonna let them soak it up. They're a little bit cooler, more firm. I'm gonna rip a piece off and taste it, because the only people eating these would be me and Avery. Surprisingly, that doesn't taste bad. I was like not expecting that flavor. Okay, so the recipe says, I'm gonna pour that back. So the recipe says to dip these in there till they are completely saturated, and then take them out and put them in here and then let them go sit in the fridge for at least 2 hours. Which actually wouldn't be a bad thing because I have something to do. So we're gonna dip these babies in here. We're gonna completely saturate said baby. We're gonna count to 30-ish. About 30 seconds later, cake number 1 is done. So we're gonna repeat the process with the rest. So these are my rum cakes. So now that my little bundt cakes are soaked, I'm gonna put them in the fridge, let them sit there for probably, it says 2 hours, but honestly it's really just gonna be until we're ready to eat these. So into the fridge they go. And then side note, I am gonna save the rum syrup thing. I'm gonna put that in the fridge too, because we can use more of it when we're serving. So I'm gonna transfer that to the fridge and let it cool. And my cakes have finished cooling down. They've soaked up more of the rum. Like I said, I did put some more syrup in the middle and it didn't get fully absorbed by the cakes, which I guess isn't a bad thing. It just means that they're like, so they soaked up everything that they could have. So that's good. But I did, so actually for the recipe, the girl, she just added more syrup and some pretty garnishes with some fresh fruit. Even though I went to the store today to buy some of the ingredients, I don't have any fresh fruit. So I have some chocolate and I have some powdered sugar, and that's what we're gonna use to make these look pretty. these are my little Rhum whatever it is. These are my little cakes. They're fully vegan, and I'm gonna take some pictures before I cut into this. Okay. Yeah, it is. Okay, so the chocolate has kind of hardened a little bit because the cakes are cold, and I think I'm just gonna dig into one of them. So one more time, you guys can look at how pretty they are. I'll insert pictures too, so you can see the nice pictures of, you know, what I did. And this is fully vegan. Doesn't have much of a smell. I inhale from powdered sugar. It's more dense than I would have thought. The dark chocolate is definitely a little bitter. I think with some more rum syrup on top, probably would have helped. I probably should just left that little syrup, little well with it. Not bad, but definitely not my favorite, and I probably won't make these again because that was a lot of special ingredients that I don't regularly buy. So yeah, that was this week's Great British Bake Along Challenge video. If you guys liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Like I said at the beginning of this video, let me know in the comments down below if you guys think I should try out any other challenges. I probably won't get to it till like January, maybe February, but ideas are always welcome. While you're at it, don't forget to check out my Instagram account, Simply Shannon Lee, and to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, all that good stuff for this channel so you guys will always be notified every single time that I am posting a video. Right now I'm posting every Monday and every Friday, but with the holidays coming up, you guys can definitely expect some fun videos throughout the week. I'm not going to tell you what they are or when I'm posting, so yeah, turn on the notification bell and you'll know when they are up. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!